If I say it one time, I'll say it 100 times. This is so easy and so fast. You're gonna be thanking me a lot this summer. Okay, I'm a little bit of an impulse eater, but I love things that are snackable and still quick and easy. This one right here, my mom used to make granola. This is not exactly my mom's recipe, but this is a really easy granola that I actually love. I'll do it in the bowl. It's probably a little better here. We're gonna mix it up. And it is so simple. As always, recipes in the description, but we want good fiber. We want some decent protein here, and you can also add protein powder to make this a high protein oatmeal if you want to. But overall, it's pretty healthy. And I'm trying to do a little better. As some of y'all know, I went to California. May not have eaten as good as I should have, but the food was great. You know, it was a labor of love. I was doing it for research. I shouldn't count against you. But anyways, trying to get back, eat a little bit lighter, eat a little bit healthier. I have all the summer that I need to be chasing my kids around, and I can't do that if I ain't in a good chasing weight. And we're just gonna spread this out over here. This is really thick for this pan, I know. It is what it is. We're gonna toast this though, and I'll turn it a few times every few minutes. But we're gonna toast this for about 5 or 6 minutes at a time and then stir it around. Toasting beforehand, you make granola, toasting beforehand is gonna give you just a little bit more flavor. And this is all about flavor. That's what we're going here for. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna toast this in 2 batches. That will be easier. The idea is to get maximum flavor out of what we're doing here. And because these are some pretty plain ingredients and still be pretty healthy. And this right here, I use it in everything from parfaits to snacking on it by itself, to kind of an imitation, healthier kind of cheesecake parfait that I make. It's like a mock strawberry cheesecake, but I use yogurt as more of an ingredient, but it still has the cream cheese. Well, we'll do that another time. It might be on my reels sometime, but I use this in a lot of things and it's never let me down. You're gonna love it. If you think gas prices are bad right now, you should try driving a diesel like me. We just got back from a trip to see my grandmother in South Carolina and I about died on the way back. I'm out here trying to stretch every dollar just as far as it'll go, and that's exactly why I don't get gas, get groceries, or eat out without checking the Upside app first. With 5 kids, getting groceries alone can get out of hand pretty quick. But here's what you can control. Getting cash back every single time that you're already spending that money. And here's all you do. Open up the app, claim an offer, pay like you normally would, and earn cash back. That's it. And it's cash back. Not points that you forget about, not rewards that expire, money that you can transfer straight to your bank account. At this point, I don't even get in my car without checking Upside first. There's over 100,000 places on there, and users are earning about $1 million a week in cash back. And you can stack it with your credit card rewards as well, so it just adds up. To find out how much money you could earn, download the free Upside app using my link below in the description and get an extra $10 cash back on your first restaurant or grocery purchase when you use my code BATESKitchen. So if you're tired of spending too much to get too little, click the link below and download the free Upside app. So we'll just slide this in here and let that half of it toast for about, let's do 6 minutes. Anywhere 6 to 8 minutes. You don't want this stuff to burn. Pecans especially. I've got it on 325, not trying to be super fast with it, but just toast it up. When you start smelling the nuts, pop them out, because odor means it's ready. No matter what you're cooking, you're getting there when you start smelling it. Got me another bowl here. We're going to dump this in here and then get the other half of this toasted real quick. You can smell those nuts. The pecans are normally the first to start getting really close. Let's start that back over and give us and I ended up going for about 10 minutes at 325, just so you know. It did take a little longer than my initial projection there, but I was a bit thick in the pan still. So I spread out this other half to grab the pan now. It just came out of the oven. And you can use any mixture of grains that you want. Sometimes if I have them, I'll add chia seeds. You can add coconut. You can add pretty much any kind of fiber, any kind of protein you want to add to this that is a nut. You can add it, and I always just throw it in the toasted blend. Coconut adds a lot. I really like the texture. Unsweetened isn't as flavorful, but sweetened isn't as good for you. Again, it's whatever you want. But this is the basic. This is the blend I use, and I'll throw some of those variable options that I use down there in the mix as well in the description with the recipe. Now, let's go to the stovetop. Alrighty, so the highlight of this recipe and the highlight of this flavor profile is this browned butter. That's what's going to give us that rich, nutty flavor. Somebody said it's not really a sweet tooth, it's a fat tooth, and I feel that because I would 10 times rather have a peanut butter milkshake than just a sugar cookie or something like that. I need that fatty richness, and that's what this browned butter provides. And we're going to just let this foam up and brown a little bit in here, and then we're going to add some of our other ingredients. Now, I did go back to that second batch and sprinkle a little bit of my cinnamon. Sometimes I put it in here, but I thought instead of dry toasting it, since I'm browning the butter, I'm going to sprinkle that in the dry ingredients over there and let that toast in, because again, toasting your spices just brings that flavor out, helps it pop. So I sprinkled that and some salt in there. Oh, this is foaming up beautifully. Look at this. We love this foaming action. Then when we move this foam away, you'll see here in a second some of these milk solids starting to brown under this foaming. That big foaming butter, that's that butter starting to separate, and these milk solids, you can start to see them now starting to burn. And then here in a second, they'll start kind of sticking to the bottom. And I'll roll this around and show you here when they do. Look at that foamy. This is going to just be amazing. Now this is just the start of browning. If you'll notice, when I roll this, you'll see the foam has kind of went down. Now I roll this to the side, and you'll see those milk solids there on the bottom of the pan here. See this, Dan? See them trailing behind like a little tail of a comet? That's that browned butter. That's going to give us that richness. Now let's go in with something to cool that down. Let's bring that all the way heat down. Let's go in with a little maple syrup first. That'll get us started. And that will kind of stop that reaction, which is what we want to do before it burns. Now sugar's quick to burn too, so we don't want to get too far along in that. You just smell that. And I've got this removed from heat completely here. A little more maple syrup. Let's go with a little honey. And this is kind of flavored to your liking. You can obviously add more honey, more sugar, more things like that. It's my baseline because I don't want this overly sweet. I don't want this overly chewy. Oh, so good. Now we're letting this all cool. You see this egg sitting here. We're not going to crack this egg white into there yet because it is obviously too hot, and we would end up with scrambled egg white, which is not the granola we're looking for. We're really going to let this cool. So add a little vanilla paste to it here. And you can use regular vanilla. I like the bean paste. It's got those little flecks in it, and I think that's just a little bit more elevated. Oh wow, this is just starting to smell like something you'd eat out of the pan. And everything really does benefit from just a little bit of brown sugar. That molasses kind of earthy taste. I don't want to use too much because the idea is not to make a super sugary sweet here. Remember, we're trying to have a modicum of healthy snack in this is kind of the idea. And it's a base for healthier than desserts, you know, something a little bit healthier than what you'd grab at, you know, a donut shop or something. Being a cop for 12 years, I can speak of the donut shops. Let's just taste that. That is a quality. Now, we aren't looking for a coffee flavor, but just a pinch of espresso powder can really bring out sweetness and richness there. Now, when you go to like a bakery or something like that and you look at baked goods and you see that glossy shine they have, a lot of times that comes from egg wash. And the idea is the egg white will create that shine. Now, if we can whisk this really quick, we're going to just drizzle this in here while we're whisking. We do not want this to get so hot that it scrambles, because this is going to bake. We're just going to kind of whisk this in for shine. I should have poured with my other hand and stirred with my other hand for the camera, but I'm not that good, guys. I'm just lucky to know a recipe. I'm not out here with the ability to actually, you know, cook with both hands. We don't want this to taste like egg. Now this is really simple. We're just gonna go drizzle this over our dry ingredients, pop it back in the oven. These oats are warm. This is warm. I'm just gonna dump the oats into here and kind of mix them up. It's easier to do it in the bottom of this pan than it is to try to pour this out of this pan, because these oats will kind of work as a towel and scrape this up. Now we're not going for ooey gooey bars or something like that. We're not wanting super wet. If you look, we're just getting these covered in the sweetness and lightly coating them all. We want kind of dry, break apart, crumbly dry, with some really nice clusters in there. It's kind of what we're going for, and we're getting that. We're just going to wipe it around, kind of using the oats like a towel there on the bottom, and you can see the texture change. These are just beautifully moist, but not like some kind of gummy batter or something. That butter is just going to continue to brown on them when they go in the oven. You can really smell, this is just so aromatic for the whole kitchen. Oven's back preheated, here we go. So let's just make a thin layer. We're not really, if you wanted to make a bar, you would add probably a little bit more of your sweeteners, your thick sweeteners, honey, maple syrup, and then you would put them on here and press them down firmly. We're not wanting to do that. We're wanting a dry, crumbly granola that we can use as a topping or as a snack. So we're just going to kind of lightly spread this on the pan, spread this out here, and we're going to bake this again at 325 for about 20 minutes. Leave some air gaps in there like this right here, and those will get clustered around, because we're going to stir this. In 20 minutes, we're going to stir it and then go for a final 10 minutes. Let's get this in the oven here. Okay, we're starting to brown up here really good. And look at this. I'm just going to pull this out, lay this down here where you can see it. You can kind of see the clusters forming and the brown on top. So we're going to just stir this up. And this is really just, you can just smell that. And we want to get it here turning before it starts to burn. This is just such a rich, I could bathe in this stuff. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but I love this. And you can literally pair this with anything. I mean, you could eat this straight up with apple slices. Oh yeah. Probably made a little bit of a mess. I wasn't trying to, but you know, I'm trying to be good here, but this is really hard to stir. You do it one time and you'll know what I'm saying. And again, just lightly gonna run it around into the corners here. If we spill a little bit, we're not gonna worry, because Daddy's gonna eat that. Put that back in there. And you can see even now, we've just got a glossy, little bits of clusters like this. They're not overwhelming. It's just really glossy. That's the egg white going in there and that butter. This is just a great, better than store-bought. Better than anything you've ever ate granola. Wait till I get this out the second time. I'll pull this out. Oh wow, toasted goodness right there. And I'm going to set this here and let it cool. Truly the best flavor comes from letting this cool in clusters and then breaking it up. It will all fall apart right now, which is great. But you get just a few of these little mini clusters in here that just pack flavor when you let it kind of harden a little bit. Oh wow. So to encourage a little crystallization, I'm going to just sprinkle this with a little bit of flaky salt. I just like the little salt chunks in it. That feels good. And then I will either drizzle honey over top or a little bit of maple syrup. I'm gonna go with the honey because it's a little thicker. Now we don't want to go too much on the honey because it'll get gloppy, but while it's still hot, this will just kind of settle down in there. And I just do a light drizzle of it here. We're not doing a ton. Oh, Jaden, this is good. Don't touch that hot, buddy. It'll burn you. Oh, you can get it off the table there. Anyways, let's let that cool down for just a second, and we'll be back. You can see we'll just kind of break it up there, and it just really just rakes away easily. Scrape that into a bowl. Did not want to do that. As you see, it's kind of a brick, but as soon as you hit it, it just falls apart in there, which is what we want. I was going to make this look very aesthetic without spilling it all over the place, but I forgot to hold the wax paper at the bottom. The counter is very clean. It's be easier to control the slide without that wax paper. Honestly, I should have just poured in a bigger bowl. You also want to let this cool. If you're going to put it like in a mason jar with a lid, you want to let this cool, because if you try to stick it in there hot, this moisture is still evaporating from that heat, and it will fog up your thing. It's like bread. It'll sweat in there, and you will end up with a mess. I'm actually going to need something to put more of this in. And there you have one of the simplest and probably best feeling snacks. Everything from, I mean, you can literally pour milk straight in that. Probably not that much. I'd make a smaller bowl. But regardless, that's one of the best cereals you'll ever eat in your life. Chop up a banana over top of that right there with some milk. You will literally, one of the best foods ever. Yogurt parfaits. I make a cheesecake one. Didn't have time to do that, but we'll do that later. And then even just putting the lid on it and having a little trail mix for the road. Drop that in your cup holder. And granola, to my opinion, is 10 times better than a trail mix. But check this out. Okay, probably one of the easiest snacks you can ever make. It feels way less guilty than any of the other quick snacks that I make. Probably the most guilt-free snack I make. And coming back from California and all the bad food I ate out there, I feel like I need to get in better shape. I got a baby, number 6, just about to be here. So, regardless, that being said, this one right here is perfect if you just want to eat it like straight out of the bowl. And just, By the way, it's granola. I should have mentioned that. But that is better than any granola you will buy in the store. Probably any store in the U.S. this year. That stuff right there, unbelievable. And of course, one of my favorite ways to enjoy it is either cereal or a yogurt parfait. Next level fruit parfaits. No matter what you're making this for, whether you're doing a bunch of little fruit parfaits for some fancy event, just a snack bowl or stick it in the middle of charcuterie with something else. This right here is a granola that you and your friends will not soon forget if you can find it in your heart to share it. Right here, one bite, you're going to be thanking me later. I can promise that.